Why are you looking at me? Well, that's gonna be it. Hope you enjoy this video. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Follow us today as we continue our path. Let's go ahead and get into that. Well, what do you think? Think it's ready? As soon as I finish watering everything, I'll pick it off. Look what Casey did. He put it on a slab so it wasn't sitting directly on the ground. I thought that looked nice that way. Also, I cleared all the grass out of here and found that we got 3 lemon trees growing in there. There's still some roots down in there that I need to clean out, but I figured when this completely stops producing anything, then I'll pull it out of the ground. Even this flower is starting to look like it's gonna die. Then when I get that done, I'll be able to pull all this trellis out and stuff I got the tomatoes growing on out of the ground to be able to get this grass that's back here. I haven't been able to get to it because of the tomato. Casey doesn't want to hit any of it as it's growing and producing stuff, but right now I've only seen a couple more on here, so it might be getting to the season to where it stops producing, or else the stink bugs completely killed it to where it doesn't produce. I don't know. I haven't seen no flowers bloom on it lately, but the peppers are doing fine. See, look at these vines. That's still hanging over here. But they are getting closer to the ground because these are the ones that were left because they were so high up we couldn't reach them. Now, this one's near the base of the tree. All of these, I can touch all of these now. And on the other side of that fence, oh my goodness. Is that orange tree growing back that we removed most of the tree from over there? Now I gotta go see. I'll let y'all know. This one right here, it's on the other side. There is an orange tree growing back over here. This is where we pulled the other one out at. Right here. Because there's a hole, it's still there. I'm not sure what that other one is, but this is an orange tree right here. And it's growing, no water needed. But there's a lot of them mimosa trees back here. Look at this one. What is this? I don't think that's a... vines off of it so I can... Ooh, there's a wasp. Hope there's not a nest back here. Because then, yes, I would be invading their territory. But let me get my app out and check this out and see what it is. Ooh, stay away from me, please. You're giving me chills already. Ooh. If I bothered your home, I wasn't trying to. I'm sorry, don't look at me. I got goosebumps all up and down my arms. Stop looking at me. Look at him. He looks like he's just staring at me. I literally, all my arms and up to my ears and head have goosebumps. Why are you looking at me? Don't be looking at me. I need to take a picture of this thing so I can see what it is. It's not a orange tree, but it could be some other kind of tree, I'm sure. It says it's a Carolina cherry laurel. I wonder if that means it produces cherries. If it does, that means it's a wild cherry tree because we didn't plant nothing over here. You see that bee still looking at me? Still watching me. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here before he decides it's time to come after me. Do not follow me. Look at this mess growing back here though. All the way down through here on this side. But it's the side of the neighbors that have all the kids that throw stuff over here. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. Bye. Now I got chills down my legs. Because now I know, and now in my arms. Because I know I have to turn my back on you. Because I don't want to fall in this hole this orange tree was dug out of. Ooh, buddy. Stay there. Let me try to back up and watch slowly. Oh, he's still there. He's still there. Ugh. This does need cleared off back here because this still is our property. It's just we couldn't put this fence or tarp fence over because of this tree that was in the way. Okay, I don't think he followed me. I don't know if you remember on the other side by the new fence we put up, all the vines that was hanging down. We finally got them all pulled down, at least as far up as we could get them. And over here, it was outside the fence though, mostly. And this tree over here, you can still see a little bit hanging. It's probably hard to tell because of how much trees is out here. But you can see these moss right there that's hanging there. There was a whole bunch of vines just hanging there and it was almost hanging to the ground, and I went outside and I mowed outside the fence and I cleared all the stuff that was growing on the fence line. So let me come over here and I'll show you. A bunch of vines were hanging there and they were almost touching the ground because of they're dead because we cut them from the ground when we were clearing the property, and since we did that they were dying and they start, I guess, loosening up some up there in the tree and they fall down. They start getting closer and closer to the ground. So since it was closer to the ground, I pulled it out yesterday and it was a bunch of it. It was close to like this one that's hanging here that's getting closer to the ground. I want to get those down too because it just looks kind of like ratty, straggly. Like, I don't like how it looks. Oh, the squirrels are up there playing. Oh, look at them coming down. Oh, he's at the end of the... Oh, where'd he go? Oh, look at him. He's looking at me. He's looking at me. He's watching what I'm doing. That's funny. This says it's a coral bean and that the beans are toxic. I thought this was the one that had the little red beans, I guess you would consider them, on them to make it look pretty for like at Christmas time. If it's not, then they need to come down. Even right here on this here, on the other side of the fence, it was growing on the other side of the fence. It was like the fence was splitting it, but I cut the one down on that side. I don't come down on this side and clear as much as I should because Casey's been down here working. And I've been waiting for him to do what he needs to do before I know what I'm going to do. Well, I just finished watering all the flowers and the garden area, and I wanted to take you around and show you guys the flowers that I have found, or should I say the plant. They could be like a filler plant or a flower themselves that I think are best for in the heat, that they need shade, but they also need a lot of water even in the shade. A lot of these that I've found, and they're pretty sturdy plants. So I'm going to take you around and show you through the app so you can see the names of them and what kind they are and everything. So let's go ahead and do that.
Special delivery
for me. Hi everybody. Today I was going through the comments and I noticed a comment from Debbie Fortune 2180, and she said that she had sent me a package. But then I seen the lady in the lobby that works there, and I said, somebody said they sent me a package and there's nothing here. And she says, well, I'm delivering packages. And she says, well, let me go through here. So she went through all her packages, and mine at the very bottom was this one. So we're gonna go ahead and open it and see what Debbie sent. I'm gonna use my fingernail. I got a sharp fingernail. A gardening knife.
You could have used that to open the box.
I know. Let's see what it looks like. Thank you, Debbie. I could really use this. Oh, and it comes with gloves. Look at that. Ooh, that's a big knife. That is nice. Look at that.
Wow.
And it even has, I guess, millimeters and inches. So when you plant something, very nice. What do you think? Composite handle, will not crack or buckle in any harsh environment. If you leave it outside, you might be okay.
Harsh environment. Is that like, was it Venus, Mars, somewhere on Pluto? Like, what harsh environment?
It might not be Florida's harsh environment. I want to show you the difference between this plant, see how colorful it is, still in the pot, and this one is sitting mostly in the shade. And I want to show you one that is planted in the ground and is getting a good amount of sunlight, to show you the difference between why some should be in the shade and some should be in the sunlight. This one here is the same plant. You can see the red ain't as red as it's supposed to be. It is got a lot of sunburn, and it is planted into the ground. So this one gets a lot of direct sunlight. So for these plants, I say that they do really well mostly in shade, not too much direct sunlight. Now these, they're basically all the same plant, but I was mainly showing you the yellow one because the one I got to show you that's planted into the ground in direct sunlight is a yellow one. So this one here, this yellow one, it is probably close to my thighs. It's like maybe a little higher, almost to my waist. This one here. It is still in the pot. It is in the shade mostly. Gets a little bit of sunlight back this way, and it drinks a lot. I mean, these plants here, all of these, especially the red ones, they drink a lot of water. I have to come through here and like overfill their little containers that they're in, to where like I'll go through like 3 or 4 times and just squirt water down inside of them, overfilling them, because just one day with not doing that, especially this red one here, it starts wilting. I mean, you can see the leaves already because it has wilted. It's done that. And that's because the roots didn't get enough water. I think that these roots, because they're still in the container, do get root bound, and that's why they need extra water. That's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. If it's just these kind, just drink a lot of water, but they are doing really well. They're really healthy. This is like I said, this red one here is the only one that's like really sucking up the water. It must get more sunlight than the rest of them, but the ones around it isn't doing it. And it does look like a different, well, I can't say that either, because this one and these look the same. Maybe I just haven't been giving this one as much water. I've let Casey know that these ones back here get extra water, but I think when he waters them, he doesn't give them as much water as I do. And maybe they're used to the water I give them, or they need how much water I give them. So let me come back over here and show you the one that is planted in the ground and gets way more sunlight than this one. This is one over here by the pool, and it maybe goes up to my knees. And there is another one over here. It's a little bit taller, but these are planted directly into the ground. They're not as bushy. The leaves aren't as big on them. And I'll take you and show you the other one. It's the same way. It's a little bit taller, but it's not as bushy. The leaves aren't as big on it as the other ones that are sitting in the shade. This is the other one. You can tell it is more bushier. Its leaves aren't as big as the other ones. It's getting close. These ones are getting close to the other ones, because this one, now that the season has changed a little bit, the sun isn't directly on this one, so it is getting a little bit taller. That one over there is barely over top the pool. So yeah, that one's getting more sunlight than this one over here because of how the earth has changed and how it's getting closer to fall. So I got a couple more here that I want to show you. They're getting sunlight right now. These ones are getting sunlight and they're not as big. They're actually bigger than the one on the opposite side of the pool, but they are thinned and not as big. I'm sure there's other plants out here that are the same way. Once they get put in the ground, they might not do as good if they're in like direct sunlight, even though some of these call for direct sunlight. But these ones here also are still in the pot. So direct sunlight in the pot's not doing as good as the ones in the pot, mostly in the shade. So let's see if there's anything else out here we can compare. That way you guys get a good idea. Maybe for those that are in zone 9A or in zone 8A or even zone 7A. I don't know all the zones in Florida, but I think those are the three. A good idea of what you can plant, what's better to keep in a pot, what better to keep in the shade in the pot, and what's better to keep in the sun in the pot. This one here, it gets quite a bit of sunlight. It's beside the pool and it's really not that big. It's shorter than the pool. This one over here is a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, but I think like this one you can see is getting some sunlight, and you can see sunlight over here, shade. This one here, from what Casey has told me, are technically inside plant, but they look so good outside. I don't know. Let's go look at the ones that's planted along the pathway and see how well they are doing. These ones here, these are the lily turfs. They are doing way better. They are getting a little bit of sun. I don't think they get as much sun. These ones over here are doing way much better than the ones over there by the pool. Could have something to do with the pool. I'm not positive. If anybody knows, you can let me know that in the comments. And then these ones along the back side of the fence back here, they're doing pretty good. Some of them are smaller than the others, but they're still pretty good. And all of them are planted in the ground. I do have one still in the pot over here in the shade. Let's see how well it's doing compared to the others. This one here, still in the pot. It's doing about as good as the ones on the back side of the fence, by the fence. It's about as tall and about as much growth as those ones, but these ones over here, those three are doing the best. So planted in the ground, slight shade, not direct sunlight, not direct shade, will do a lot better than in the ground and in direct sunlight or in direct shade. I think that's all I have that I can compare to, because either all of them are the same are in the ground, or all of them that are the same are in the pots. Today, I'm going to harvest my carrots that I planted about 80, 90, 100 days ago. I'm not exactly sure. I was waiting till they got the stalk got pretty sturdy before I pulled them out to see if they would do any better than the ones that I planted before. So let's go ahead and get into that. As you can see, I got 3 different pots here with carrots planted in them. Well, we'll see what we got here. Go ahead and pull these out and see if they're even any good. It's thick enough, it just didn't get long enough. Let's see. This one's more sturdier. But just as small. Wow. And this looks like 2 of them right here. Actually, this one's longer than any of those ones, but this one's really tiny. Now, these things have been in here for a long time, and it says that carrots only take like 80-90 days, and I think they've been in there well over that because I left them in there longer on purpose. I was thinking I was gonna pull them out and it's just gonna be rotten. Wow, this one grew this way. And let's see, there's one more here. Oh, it broke. Oh, this one did a lot better. Look at that one. Wow. An actual size carrot. I might go home and peel these and eat them tonight. Oh my goodness, it's long, but this one's thin. Oh, and this one just came right out. And let's see what we got here. Well, that one's a little bit better than that other little one. Well, that one broke off, but there's that one. I think that was part of this one somehow. Maybe this one. No, it was this one. This little one here. Wow, this little one here had a better one than some of the other ones, and it was just a little better than some of these. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stem off. I'm gonna take this and put in my compost. You know, I went to clear everything off of this and move everything from underneath of it to turn it around because I was telling Casey that I need this to where I'm facing the camera, so when I'm at the table, I'm not got my back to you guys. And I forgot. This thing is in the ground. He dug holes and put the post in the ground. It's not cemented, so we can't get it out. But I'm gonna need his help with that. See, it goes back to right here on top. And it's doing pretty good. You can see what I just put in there is the green. And this is what I got out of this whole pile. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. I thought it was going to rain, but I think it's just a bunch of acorns falling. That's the only thing bad about the acorns when they fall from these trees. The squirrels find them and bury them so they can come back later and eat them, and then they forget where they buried them, and then a tree grows. I mean, they're helping out nature, but when you don't want the tree growing in your yard, it can become a pain in the butt. But that's going to be all for our video today. Go ahead and give us a like, leave a comment down below, and if you like our channel, go ahead and give us a subscribe. It's free to do so. We'll see you next time. Bye.